Former US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who's in India as part of a bipartisan delegation of American lawmakers, met Tibetan spiritual leader the Dalai Lama in Dharamsala today. Hours later, she launched a strong attack on China and dismissed President Xi Jinping, saying, and I quote, "His Holiness the Dalai Lama will live a long time and his legacy will live forever, but you, the Chinese president, will be gone and nobody will give you credit for anything." She also said bipartisan approval for the Resolve Tibet Act, which US President Joe Biden is expected to sign into law soon, sends a message to China that Washington is clear in its thinking on this issue. This bill says to the Chinese government, things have changed now, get ready for that, she said to cheering Tibetans. The act is expected to put pressure on China to resume negotiations frozen for 15 years with the Dalai Lama and other Tibetan leaders. The US has long supported the rights of the Tibetan people to practice their religion and culture and has accused China of human rights violations in the Tibetan region that borders India. In a major contradiction, though, the US also considers the Tibetan Autonomous Region a part of China. Nancy Pelosi's stunning broadside not only boosts India's position against China, it also comes as US President Biden, as we said, is set to sign a bill which will press Beijing to resolve the Tibet dispute and underline Washington's intention to stop Beijing from intervening in the selection of the next Dalai Lama. This visit is significant because it comes as Washington and Beijing are actually working to improve ties between two of the world's economic and military giants. China has already expressed its displeasure. Beijing considers the Dalai Lama a dangerous separatist and has said it is seriously concerned by the American delegation's visit and the bill, which is going to be signed by Biden soon. The Chinese Foreign Ministry has said affairs related to Tibet are an internal matter and that Beijing would take resolute measures to defend its sovereignty. The statement said, "We urge the US side to adhere to commitments of recognizing Tibet as a part of China." The US delegation, however, was unmoved. One member said China can express its unhappiness, but we are going to stand for what is right to make sure Tibetans have freedom, that they can return to their homeland and keep their culture and history. That is what is important.
I think the message is loud and clear to China, and whether they come here or not, also the message has been clear to China for a while, I think. You know, that freedom-loving nations in the world, people who promote peace and justice, they support Tibet, and also it's a strong message of support of the American Congress, the American people for justice and for the cause of the Tibetan people, and above all the high regard that His Holiness the Dalai Lama commands all over. And I would think in my own little ways that I think it can be seen as a support for India also.